It's hard thinking of a bit to do before every single video. So this one isn't getting one. Huge announcement. Huge announcement. Thank you, everybody. Genuinely thank you for 10 subscribers. Can we get some applause in the chat? Thank you very much. That means the world to me. I started this YouTube channel not even a week ago, and I've been just doing it to fuck around and you know, enjoying it. And there are people that are actually enjoying my content, and you know, you guys are subscribing and stuff like that, and it truly does mean quite a bit to me. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. And with that, let's get on with the rest of the video. Welcome back to another episode of Pillow Talk. My voice is kind of dead right now. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of my usual bits because I don't really have that much of a voice right now. What are you talking about? David. Oh, fuck. I don't feel great right now, I'll be honest with you guys. Hey, David, what do you have to talk about today? That's an excellent question, young viewer. I want to talk about another game from my childhood that personally slaps dick, which is good. It's when a game slaps dick, that's a good thing. The game in question, however, is Dead Rising 2. I really fucking love Dead Rising 2, and a lot of people don't, and I really don't understand why. It's such a good game. I think the reason that a lot of people don't like it is for the fact that it is, you know, it's got that time limit, and you know, normal human beings can't handle a time limit, and they're Vidaya because that makes games too stressful. But that's what Dead Rising was founded on. That's what its belief systems was. And what Dead Rising 2 does better than Dead Rising 1 does is it adds the element of combining weaponry and making better weapons. Because Dead Rising 1, like, it's good, but like there's like 2 good weapons and everything else sucks. It sucks dick besides the wheelchair. We all know if you didn't use the any of the toy guns in Dead Rising 1, you don't have a soul. You shouldn't be alive. But Dead Rising 2 made it more fun. It expanded the world. It gave more interesting aspects. It created more fun for the player because they realized that the thing that people liked about Dead Rising 1 is how goofy and weird and absurd it was. So they were just like, alright, let's make it more goofy and weird and absurd. And they added different costumes, and you can wear like a banana hammock, which is the best outfit in the game. Like, my favorite thing to do for a while in that game was you can just go in that outside strip and you can just find one of the tricycles inside one of the looter shops and you can just ride around in it. There's so many different things in that game that they add onto the interesting level. I think the psychopaths are exquisite. They're all unique and different. Like, there's Leon, who you have to fight exclusively on the bike, and you have to purposefully get him to hit one of the sides of the thing so that way he gets stunned, so you can go over and do a little bit of damage to him. Or if you're playing the remastered version like I do, you wait until he gets glitched into the wall and then you just beat him to death in like 3 seconds, and it's really easy. There's Brandon, who uses the stalls in each of the things, and he comes out. There's Antoine, who is the psychopathic chef who like beats you to death with the pan and can use health to regain all of his health. That guy that you kill with the saw, whose name literally always escapes me, but that's fucking brutal, that death. The survivors in that game are bad. The survivors in Dead Rising 2 suck. They did improve the AI like a little bit, but they're still just as bad. You're still mashing Y or triangle depending on what console you're playing on. You're still mashing it and at all times to just have Chuck go, follow me, hey, you, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, over here, hey, follow me. It's obnoxious, but they're at least a little better than in Dead Rising 1, which is why I think Dead Rising 2 is the best game in the series. they expanded on it more than any other of the Dead Rising games and still made it fun. Dead Rising 3 is okay too. They just didn't expand on very much, and it's, in my opinion, it's just not as fun. I think the time limit is really what makes the game, for me personally, as fun as it is. I'm doing that thing where I'm just looking in the bottom left, and I know when I edit this video, I'm gonna make fun of myself for doing this, but this is my go-to spot. I'm sorry, is what I'm trying to say. Dead Rising 2 is a good slapper of a video game. Dead Rising 1 is pretty good too, you know, it's the start of the series, it was fun. Dead Rising 3 is okay. It doesn't do anything very much better than Dead Rising 2, but I don't think it's an improvement on it. I think it's just like another Dead Rising 2, basically only a little bit worse in some areas, and you care less about the main character and stuff like that. Dead Rising 4 we won't even talk about, because that game is one of the worst video games I've had the displeasure to personally play. Dead Rising 2, I think, got it right in all aspects of a sequel. They made it more entertaining. They gave you a protagonist that you care about and you like. They do some, they flip the script a little bit. They make it interesting. I don't like how you fall in love with that girl. What's the name of that redhead girl? There it is. It's on the screen right now. That's the name of her. I can't remember. I didn't like how Chuck fell in love with her at the end, and that, you know, in the S rank, and that they like fell in love and they, you know, live their happy life at the end of it, because it's just a cheesy ass ending. One more thing I do want to talk about though, I do like that they gave you somebody to give a shit about who you want to give the Zombrex to, because in Dead Rising 3 and 4, you know, you're just giving yourself the Zombrex, and as much as, you know, you want yourself to survive, I think it's a much more interesting aspect that it's your child that you're giving the Zombrex to, because like nobody wants to kill a child. It makes the game, it makes you much more focused on wanting to help succeed and you know, give your daughter this happy life that she probably will never get, because it's giving you a reason to want to do that. It's giving you, oh hey, look, here's a 10-year-old girl who, you know, is sweet and likable and a little annoying, but I mean, all 10-year-olds are. I forced you to give this person Zombrex, not because you have a choice, but because you want to see this person succeed. You want to see this person succeed in a world where nobody is succeeding, which I think is a really interesting aspect of the game, and I enjoy that quite a bit. But it's honest to God, it's a good game. It's one of the best I've ever personally played. It's a big game from my childhood. I remember spending when I was around, the game came out when I turned 10 years old. And I got it when I was 10. It was one of the first rated M games I was allowed to play because it didn't have any F words in it. But I remember around that time when I was living with my dad in our 2-bedroom apartment with me, my stepmom, my brother, and him, we got our first TV in our bedroom. And my brother and I usually were told, you know, don't play past this point. And for the most part, we were pretty good on that. But the countless nights that I stayed up till like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning as a 10-year-old for school the next day, just grinding out Dead Rising 2 and finally getting Snowflake on our team, and then learning that you can give Snowflake to Katie as a present and get like an insane power points boost. I don't want to say PP because that's inappropriate. It's just such a classic game from my childhood, and I figured this is a video where I shouldn't get all crazy or do any of my bits. I just wanted to reminisce on the game because I really do love Dead Rising 2. And I want to do more of these out of character videos. Because as much as I like being a crazy, psychotic, yelling 18-year-old, I just as much enjoy doing these videos where I'm just kind of talking and having a good time, but still stating everything that's on my mind and having most of my facts at least be somewhat accurate. So I'm going to try and do some more of these videos, I think. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, don't like the video, like it in your head. if you dislike the video, feel free to leave a dislike. God damn it, I've only gotten 1 dislike on my videos. You guys need to pick up the slack. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. I do post videos very regularly these days, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit, so I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and the outro was shitty, which is, you know, to be expected. The terms and conditions on all of these, they say, it says it right here, it says a product may give varied responses based off of your power level. So clearly my power level isn't high enough, but that shitty outro is all that we really have to work with. So I guess with that being said, thank you all for watching, and let's do this shit, boys.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me.